Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of On My Hoops. And in this week's episode, we're going to talk about KD and his upcoming debut with Phoenix and figure out how long it takes him to get acclimated with the squad. Not only that, we had a coaching change in Atlanta mid-season for a playoff team. That's something to talk about. And also, we're going to take a look at the playoff picture and make our predictions on the seedings. So that should be a fun one. And last but not least, we're going to talk about that ESPN interview that came out this week with the young stars. All that and more in this week's episode of On My Hoops. So stay tuned. Keep it locked. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of On My Hoops. It's yours truly, John J, and with me, as always, is the one and only D Snow from the Go. Holla at him, Snow.
Hey, like they say in the D-Town, what up? We
Yes,
in this
sir.
boy. What up? But yeah, man, just excited about another week. Great basketball being played. We going into the home stretch. I'm excited, man. How about you, baby?
Man, I'm loving every bit of it, man. We had All-Star Weekend is out the window, and the fire, the real fire is beginning. Some already playoff style competition, man. So I'm excited, man. It's a lot to talk about, and the season is hitting overdrive right now. But before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, please help us out. Drop a like, subscribe, share, and comment, man. Talk about what you're listening to and tell the folks about us. On My Hoops, man. But yeah, D Snow, we're gonna go and get right into it, man. And the first topic of the evening is KD. You know, he should be making his debut this coming week, and fireworks are to be expected. You know, what are you expecting from KD, and how long do you think it's going to take for him and his teammates to get fully acclimated?
Well, right now we're seeing, I want to call it the prodigal son. The sun is setting on Phoenix. Actually, for them, he's going to be the son of the lamb, but I mean, I really expect it to not take long because of them having a great point guard like, Chris Paul at the helm. I mean, I'm not a big CP3 guy. I've never been a big fan of him. I can give you 10 point guards I like before I name him, just how I go. But when it comes to basketball and what that team is going to be, I think he fits perfectly for what they want. I think it's going to be an exciting moment for that team, and I think KD's going to mix in good with Book, mix in with what they have down low, because he's an older guy. He's not looking to be Mr. All in All and go all in all. He wants to be around a team that can actually they can go as a full tank, and I think that engine's going to be roaring. And I'm excited for Phoenix, man. I think it's going down, man. This might be their real first chance to see a chip there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. And then also the addition of Terrence Ross.
Yeah,
adding him into the mix. But this is an interesting one. I think without a doubt, this is a high-powered team now. But I do question how long it will take him to get acclimated. I mean, KD, Booker, CP3, these guys are consummate professionals.
Of course.
Game one, they probably gonna have their stats. But Booker is an isolation player that's used to getting his shots. I know CP3 won't have any trouble, but KD is used to getting his shots too. What is the identity? Whose team is it? Is it Book's team? Is it KD's team? Do they have that understanding right away? Who do you look for first in the final shot, the last play? Who was it run for? we all expect greatness out of KD, and I expect him to fit in. But these are questions. I think it might take at least a couple games to really fill each other out. I'd say at least a good 10 of those games. So I wonder, I question whether or not they're a finals competitor just yet because of the time that they are going to have to spend together.
See,
talent-wise, they're the best.
See, right there, I got to stop you because I feel like you are questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. You're questioning that right
everybody.
Now. Bro, you're questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. Adding him to that team and saying that it's going to take them 10 games to get it together, you out of your goddamn mind.
Well, it's not just because it's not just KD, it's the team also. They got to get acclimated to him.
No. And I'm happy you brought that up. Because I
put it like this. I got my example. Because I know you're finna go into something deep and I might forget this example. But prime example of, we can go just back last year when Kyrie came in and after the COVID rule let him back on the court. And KD was coming back from this injury. Everybody thought, okay, the guys are coming right back. They should be heavy favorites, but they did not gel. They did not look like themselves. You can't just hit the ground running.
But see, you could have picked another, team to use in that situation because you're talking about the original knucklehead. Like they should make him an honorary knucklehead for the show because you're talking about adding Kate. We're talking about a total different situation this time. I mean, we've already seen the track record of Kyrie Irving. I love him as a player. Everybody know how I feel about Kyrie. So I'm not bashing him. I don't have nothing negative to say about them. That's my dog. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're talking about adding Kevin Durant to not only a good team that's already, not playing, too shabby, but him and Book already have spent some time together. Actually going over there, playing on the USA team, winning that ring together. I mean, that ring. I mean, that medal, and doing that, and we all understand what winning the gold means to us again, and that's what those last few have been about. They haven't been about how it used to be when we should just run through people. Now, when we win a gold, it means more, and them boys jailed over that time, and I think that was important for them to have that relationship because I think KD doesn't want to be Superman anymore. I think he's tried that. He saw what it did for him, and now he's just looking at the end of his career. He keeps seeing those little knick-knack injuries. And he sees what we all see, that everybody can't be, LeBron James. Everybody can't play 20-plus seasons. That's not easy to do. And KD's seeing the end of the road. And he's feeling like, hey, if the end of the road is coming, then I might as well go out with a bang. And I feel him, bro. Why would I sit here and continue to try this with guys that are testing me, testing the waters? I'm constantly quiet about it. Don't bad talk nobody. Don't do anything wrong. And I'm just supposed to go. No, I don't want to be Dame. And we all love Dame Lillard. We love his loyalty. We love what he's doing, but I want a chance to win every year. When you're a great player, you want that opportunity, and I feel like that's what he's walked himself into. The West is going to be tough. Yeah. I think this ring will mean more than the Golden State ring if they can pull it off.
Yeah, it'll mean a lot. Absolutely. I just, it's 20-something games to play together. That's a quick turnaround to automatically be expected to win.
15-5. I'm calling it right now. If they all healthy, 15-5 the last 20.
Look at the first year. Look at the first year of the Miami Heatles with LeBron and Bosh and Wade. It took them a while to gel.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from KD. It can be done, and I think Chris Paul is definitely a great lieutenant to bring it together. It could definitely happen. I'm not saying I don't think it will.
And we never bring up Monty Williams and what he is as a coach. We never give him his props. And I mean,
yeah.
Hey, as long as everybody's on the same page and that they can all get along, I think it's going to be fireworks.
So you don't think there's going to be any type of acclimation period? You think right after
15-5, man. Yeah, 15-5. There it is. There's. I think they'll go 15-5 these 20 games. I think that's why KD didn't jump right in there. I think he is ready to go. I truly believe that he's been working on the offense, working on understanding what they're going to be able to do on the court because they want to be successful. And they're not in the trash right now. They're actually right there where you want to be, when it comes to what the West is this year. They're in the mix, and that's where you want to be this year. Nobody's running away with it. So if the best thing to do was to bring him along slowly behind the scenes, not on paper, not in our face. And that's what I think they've been doing. And I think March 1st, I think y'all better get your popcorn ready. Go get your KD Suns jerseys, man. It's going down. I feel it. I feel it in my bones, man. And we already know what Booker be. This is getting ready to open up Booker, man. Booker's getting ready to have more looks than he ever seen in his life.
Yeah, definitely no double teams. He saw the last of those.
Them days over, bro.
But yeah, they in a good spot. They right in the mix. They sitting at the 4th seed right now. As of this recording, looking at it, they two games behind the Kings at 3, and 3.5 games behind the number 2 Grizzlies. So they are in the mix. If they hit the ground running like you say, they can finish with number 2 or 3 spot, but we'll get into that in our previews. But I definitely think they're gonna be the favorite. No excuses.
Yeah.
But I'd say I'd give it at least a good 10 games before they all fill each other out. You know me, I can't jump all the way in right away.
15-5.
Okay, I like it. I wouldn't be mad. But even at taking 10 games to get acclimated, they could still get that record. It just, how smooth do they look? They gonna win some games just off of the pure greatness of their squad. Even if they don't all look good together, they gonna still win. They gonna scare the shit out of some teams.
I don't know, man. We watching people putting up 170 out here, man. The NBA is changing before our eyes. I don't think nobody's scared of nobody, man. It's going to be fireworks when the playoffs start. And that's why I think the Suns got a chance, because they added.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, they absolutely got a chance. Like I said, they're going to be the favorites. But let us know down in the comments. Do you think they're going to hit the ground running right away as a team, or do you think it's going to take a little time to get acclimated to one another? Get into these comments. We might preview them on the next episode. So let us know how you feel on that. But moving ahead, it's not rare to see a coaching change mid-season. But when it's a team that is in the middle of a playoff race, that's kind of unprecedented. But Atlanta said, "Hold my beer." They parted ways with Nate McMillan and are in talks and is probably close to finalizing. By the time this video comes out, it might be final, but Quinn Snyder is going to be taking over in the middle of a playoff race. D Snow, what do you think about that, man? How do the players react to that? How long does it take them to implement his game plan, find the right lineups, everything? It's a crucial time.
Well, to me, bro, to all of our newest, on my hoops, fans, if y'all didn't know, we actually called this. We talked about this. We said, hey, if they ever came to a time where it was going to be either Trey or it was going to be Nate was going.
Specifically,
we had
gone.
This conversation.
We said, and we also said that he wasn't going to make it through. Well, we didn't say, we said he wasn't going to be there next year. I didn't know it was going to happen like this, but this is right along the line.
You count it and won. We actually called that because, like I said before, Nate is part of that old coaching tree. I think I might have said those exact words. Because, he comes from that old school 80s, 90s type of coaching where they're real tough on their guys. They run real tough practices. They, say things they don't supposed to say. You remember how Larry Bird used to be in saying all kind of crap, whatever he wanted to. Some of those older players, they come from a different ilk where they did things differently, and he was part of that. And he was some of the last of the dying breed. Those George Karl dudes that we don't like no more. And I ain't saying Nate is a George Karl, but he was starting to do things that was very questionable. We shouldn't be hearing all this stuff about Trey's personal life. And that's coming from the coach sometimes. When that's your number one player, you should never dog that man. That's the man we paying. What's Trey making these years? $36 to $40 million a year? Yeah, coach, you need to
40
hold
to
down
50,
and
40 plus.
Your job is to make him feel good, to, coach him up and to use him as a tool, but not to tool him out, But, that's what Nate was starting to do. He was starting to just make real unquestionable, questionable things, moves. And I hate to see that because he was a great, guy off the bench. He wasn't a really good starter. When I used to watch him play back in the day, he was always a solid guy, solid in interviews. I enjoyed him as a coach in the old days, but I saw the writing on the wall when it came to him. Like, it was just his time to go. He wasn't mixing with this new crowd of guys that's in the league now. It's a whole different world, and you have to either go with the flow, or you're gonna end up on the side of the road, and that's what happened today.
Yeah, I'm inclined to pretty much agree with all of that. You shouldn't have heard the Trae Young news earlier this season. That should have never come out under any circumstances. That was signaling your bye-bye. So I'm not surprised at that. I am curious, though, as to how this Quinn Snyder fit is going to look. Quinn Snyder, I think, is a decent coach. Recognize him from the Utah Jazz. They were a perennial playoff contender, but
he wasn't a bad college coach either. He was a pretty good college coach from what I remember as well.
They could never, get over that hump in Utah. I wonder, can he do that in Atlanta? Different type of talent, though. A lot more talent there in Atlanta. I hope that he can pull something out of John Collins. That would be a game changer. What do you think about the fit with the squad for Quinn Snyder?
I think that squad has a chance to really do well. It's just this is the wrong year. I mean, the top of the East is so stacked. I mean, right now, Philly's looking like the biggest of the dogs, and they're not even the one at the top. When it just comes to what I've been watching in the games recently, like the East, you're talking Philly, you're talking Boston, and you're talking the Bucks. And, I know Giannis is dealing with the injury, but, I don't know if Atlanta, we've seen them make some noise in the playoffs. I don't see that happening right now. I think they're a bad match for anybody, seriously. I think that they really have a chance of falling out of the top and ended up somewhere closer, and standing, staying closer to that 10, So
I think a little bit different. I think talent wise, they're just as good. Yeah, they're just as good as those top 4 or 5 teams, but with Nate McMillan, they haven't been able to get it together. With Quinn Snyder, I think that he can get them to gel as a team. I just question the timing of it. I don't think it's, I think
20 games left, 20 less games left.
As far as the year goes, I think that team is good enough to compete with all of the top teams this year. But it's the timing of learning who the coach is and getting acclimated to his system, how he likes sets run, everything. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing that I question. I don't think they'll fall. And again, we're going to get into that in our rankings preview, but I question how will he find the perfect lineups in 20 games and just things like that. I think for the long term, it was good. They got to jump on the coaching search before anybody else can take them away. I wonder why everybody is scared of Udoka. Like, I thought that would have been a good spot for him.
There's something all right there.
That would have been a good fit for him, I think. But congrats to Quinn Snyder. He got a job at a rare time, and he's going to be coaching in the playoffs. And last week, he was probably sitting on his couch watching. So shout out to him. Congrats. Hopefully he can get the best out of those guys.
He might be coaching in the playoffs. Don't let him railroad that. He might be coaching in the playoffs. So we'll get into that in a little bit because they looking real suspect right now in a very top-heavy East.
Yeah, it is a top-heavy East. And I do still think they'll get in. And I guess that leads us to the next topic. And that is this upcoming playoff picture and our predictions for your seeding. So, Snow, looking at the playoff picture right now, what type of moves do you foresee? What's your seeding heading into the playoffs for the East and West?
All right, so we start with the East. To me, the Celtics, they're gonna stay right where they are.
And if I don't like it, I'm gonna jump in and
You
I'm
can
gonna
jump
stop
in if
it.
you
I'm gonna
want
get
to.
at
It
you.
don't mean you
I'm gonna
right.
get at. I'm gonna pop. Come on,
Yeah,
y'all help
right.
jump in the comments.
The only time you right is when you agree with me. So we'll get to that. No, but I really think that injury with Giannis, it doesn't look major, but it can cause some drama. So I think that is something that we do need to keep an eye on and see what's going to happen with that. But I think that's going to keep the Celtics right at the top. But I think the Bucks will linger around 2 or 3. I think the 76ers really have a chance if James Harden starts to play the way he's been playing lately. If he really can bring that old James Harden and bring that to that team, oh man, I'm sorry, man. Like it just made everything.
He's been balling this season, though. I've been having his back this year, and I've usually been against him.
I thought he was taking a downward spin when it came to his career and his talent, but I think he still got something left in the tank, man.
Yeah, I thought he should have been an all-star.
Yeah, man, like he's been showing me a couple of times where I'm like, okay, he's finna, yeah. He's been giving me those vibes, so I got to get him props. But I think the sneakiest team that's out there right now is the Cleveland Cavaliers because they got blew out a couple of games ago, which was very, very, very uncharacteristic of them. I was shocked at that. You know, they got blew out, and it was like the whole game. It was real bad. And they started coming back a little bit, but it was so bad, but I think they're a sneaky team when it comes to the East. I think the team that's going to disappear is going to be the Nets. So, somebody's going to end up jumping into that 5th spot. I think that 5th spot can end up being, somebody like the Chicago Bulls who can really go on a streak if they can find a way to really start playing better, or even the New York, or the Miami Heat. I think the addition of Kevin Love, if he still has something in the tank, which he's going to take a little while to really show us because he hasn't been playing a lot. But when he did play, he was pretty serviceable. But if he can give the Miami Heat that infusion they need to get that, because they seem like they need something to give them a go. But I think that addition of Pat Beverly is going to be underrated, man. I think we saw a little bit of it a few days ago. I think the Bulls needed that badly. I think that team needed a point guard, a guy that can actually come in there and move the ball around, play some defense, take the stress off of the other guys when it comes to, what Lonzo Ball used to do. No, he's not Lonzo Ball. He cannot fill those shoes, but I think that he can really help the Bulls to be better. So I think that
I'm gonna tell you what, you got me you got me disarmed right now. I'm a little bit flabbergasted because when we talk offline, you laughed at me. You was against it. Now I'm a little disarmed. I don't even know how to come back with that because I feel the same way about Pat.
Hey, I know I'll have fun and I talk a lot of ish, but when it comes to basketball, I got to keep it 100. And this is what I'm seeing.
I thought that was going to be a back and forth with us.
Oh man, yeah. I set you up for that because I'm not gonna lie, man. Shout out to Pat Bev, man. Welcome home, bro.
I think fifth seed a little bit high for him, but go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Hey, I truly think, because the Knicks are beatable, the Heat are beatable. I think the Hawks, with the changing of a coach, we don't know what kind of coaching structure. What are they doing? What's going on with that? That could either go great or it could go horrible. So I'm not going to depend on them. I think the Raptors are beatable and the Wizards are beatable. So I really think, right now the Bulls are 6 games out of that spot. We got 20 games left. A hot streak is what they haven't done all year. I think that can still happen with them. You saw what happened with the Pacers, man. The Pacers were really up there, and then all of a sudden they went on a bad cold streak. They was like number 3 maybe a couple of weeks ago. So it just shows you what can happen when it comes to, the East. But I spent a lot of time over there. I got to jump over to the West because the West is back to being the huh?
Wait, but hold on, wait. You had the Bulls at 5 and your 6 was the Knicks, Heat, and then the Hawks?
Yeah, Knicks, Heat, and then I think the Hawks are going to fall out of 8. I think that the Raptors will move up into that spot. I think that addition of Portal with that lineup that they're already running, they have a really, really good team out there. I think what Portal's going to do for them is really take a lot of pressure off my man, Siakam. And I'm excited to see what they could do. You've already seen them playing pretty well together. And, I think it's going to be a fight for that 9 and 10. I think that it's going to probably be Pacers and the Hawks that will end up in those last couple of spots on the east side. Yep, and that's what I'm looking at.
So you got the the Nets and the Wizards falling all the way out.
Yep.
I don't think I heard you say the Wizards, right?
Yeah. So I think the
Okay.
Nets and the Wizards will fall all the way out, and that it'll be the Pacers and the Hawks fighting for that 9 and 10 spot. And then, like I said, at 8, got the Knicks. 7, I got the Heat. 6 was
I think to push everybody up, you had the Raptors and then the
Raptors to 8. I'm so sorry.
And then you had the Bulls at 5.
There we go. Yeah, push everybody up, and then the Bulls could go to 5. Now the Bulls might end up anywhere between that 8 and 5, but I really think they got a good run in them. I mean, we've seen a few games where people have got blown about 40 points this year, so I don't think you can take that with a grain of salt. But it's about a team and what they can be, and what do we see when it comes to the future. And I think we're just barely stepping on. So I really feel like Zach is having a great season, and people not giving him enough credit. People constantly, talking about trade Zach, get rid of Zach. Zach is playing phenomenal. He's really, really. I mean, it's been times when DeRozan has played horrible and Zach has went crazy. And I'm tired of people, always giving us, so much hate on Zach's name. It has to stop, But yeah, man, I really think that they're going to, prove people wrong. I hate that I'm being a homer. I know y'all see that bull on my shirt, but yeah, man, I really feel it, man. I don't know, man. I felt something the other day watching that game, man. It really got me in a move. I think that we can make a move, especially with the shakeup that's going on right around those, where we are, because we're right there. We're right there, and it's for the taking. We just gotta grab it.
I ain't mad at it. And before you jump over to the West Coast, I'm gonna get mine so we can leave a little bit of that.
My bad.
Leave a little Western Conference suspense for the people. Okay. I like yours. Like I said, I think it's a little high for the Bulls, but you see the hat, the homerism in me is jumping. So yippity, shout out to Pops. But so in the East, I got the Celtics holding on to the number 1 seed. They've earned it. They've deserved it. They dominated all season.
Right.
Milwaukee is getting close, true, but I'm rocking with the Seeds. I don't see them losing their swagger. And they ain't gonna do nothing but get healthier. Then I like Milwaukee at the 2 spot. I don't see them falling flat. It's going to be them in Boston fighting for 1-2 for the rest of the season. I think Philly stays pat at the 3. I think the 1, 2, 3 stands strong. Those are your top 3 seeds. Number 4, I think Cleveland sticks around in the 4th spot. They're good, but I don't think they're going to catch up with Philly, but I also don't think anybody else is going to catch them. So I say that 1 through 4 is set. It's when it gets tricky. Right now, we got the Nets at the 5, but I don't think they will remain there. I do think they will fall. Will they fall all the way out? Stay tuned. Right now, at the number 5 spot, I got the Knicks. I think the Knicks they'll stay up there. I like what they did and added Josh Hart, and Julius Randle is taking all the shots. But I like where they're at right now. Jalen Brunson is looking amazing.
Yeah, man. What a great pickup for the Knicks.
I think the Miami Heat take that number 6 spot. And then I think the Bulls move up to 7. They just missed the guaranteed playoff spot, so they're going to have to fight in that play-in tournament. But I think they can jump to number 7. Then I got the Hawks sitting at 8. I think they'll stay where they're at. Then the Raptors at 9. And then I think the Nets barely hang in there by the skin of their teeth.
Just to be ran through.
Yeah. I do think that's going to happen.
Mincemeat about Boston.
I do think that's going to happen. But, they won't even see Boston. That'll be play-in at the number 10 spot. So,
from what you've seen from the play of them since, they had a couple of games where they played okay. But we've seen some humongous collapse out of them. So what you really think that team can hang on and stay and go ahead and go to the playoffs? You think they're gonna hang on and play at least 500 ball all the way through?
Well, we talking about right now they are 6 games over the last spot, over the 10 seed right now. So to climb 6 games with 20 games left, it's not that easy. You don't necessarily even do I expect them to go 500? No, not really. But as long as they don't go 6 games under 500, that's another story.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the Bucks on a 13-game winning streak, and they still in second place.
Exactly. Everybody else, everybody else, got to lose with, got to win with you. So I definitely think they're gonna fall, but I think they, by the skin of their teeth, they hold on.
So you say the Pacers not making it after such a great season. The Pacers ain't making it in.
No, I think they fall. It's
gonna be tough on them too, because they've been playing well, but
but also a dangerous team to get back in the lottery.
Yeah, man, if they can add some firepower to that team.
So they still young. I don't think they're gonna be that disappointed. They got a chance to build something real special over there. So, yeah, that's my East. The only difference between ours was the Bulls' positioning, and then I had the Nets in, you had the Pacers in.
Yep.
So, not a whole lot of difference.
They're going to do their job.
Yeah, if they do get in, they might scare some teams, but, yeah, that's a hell of a jump. I mean, a hell of a fall for Brooklyn. I already gave them a hell of a fall from 5 to 10, but I think they barely squeak in. So, okay, we've built up long enough. Go ahead and start off with your West.
Because you see, I was excited. Because y'all know it. It's a team that's nowhere near where they need to be. But boy, oh boy, I believe that they still have a chance to get where they need to be. All right, so. Of course, number one, I can't lie. The Nuggets have been playing great ball. I don't see them imploding out of the blue. I don't think they're going to just all of a sudden stop playing great ball. Seeing Jokic constantly put up triple doubles every night. He's not even scoring a lot. He's just doing everything it takes to win, and that's what he's doing lately. That's what you want out of the MVP.
He got his crew back finally.
Man, no doubt. They're playing well. The others on that team are really putting their foot down and they stepping on something every night. I'm enjoying watching them play. And I didn't used to like to watch the Nuggets play. But now they got a different team. They got some young, and they ready to go. They ready to go over there. So I think they're gonna stay there. Number 2. I think the Grizzlies are going to fall out of the spot that they're in right now. I think they are going to still stay, in the top tier. But I think that right now they are going through something called being humbled. But they're being humbled by the league.
And they've been without Steven Adams for a while, and you see how important he is.
And people don't give him enough credit for what he is as a player in this league and on that team. And you are seeing that the guy that what's his name, Brandon, what's the guy's name that's playing?
Cook.
Is it Cook?
Brandon Cook.
Brandon something. I can't think his name right. Yeah, something like that. But that guy.
Well, I think Tillman been starting for him.
I mean, and they serviceable, but they not him. They not that guy. He's a rock down there. He makes
it easy
defender.
on JJJ.
He does a lot of things to free up that team, and they're really missing him. So I think they're going to drop. So right now, if you ask me, I think the number 2 team is going to be the Phoenix Suns. Right now, they have the number 4.
Okay.
I think that they are going to really, really ramp it up. I think they have a chance to even really, maybe if they can go on the type of run, I think they can go on to end the season. I think they could be close to that number 1. But I think that the Nuggets are going to continue to run like a well-oiled train. They're playing well, and I don't see that changing. Unless, barring injury, which we don't, we all pray for not, but, so like I said, number 2 going to be Phoenix. I can talk about them all day. We know what they bring, CP3 bringing it down with Book and KD on the wings. You know what time it is. So, it's my number 2. So going to number 3, man, right now it is the Sacramento Kings. I have been preaching and talking about the Sacramento Kings all day, night long. You saw what they did the other night in overtime, putting up 175 points and getting the win. I mean, hey, so right now, I think that they're going to stay there. I think they are still going to be right in the mix. They are a great team. They're playing great defense. Swiper feel like he got something to prove. I don't know if you saw that interview. Well, I think I tagged you in it. You saw the interview.
Yeah,
so,
I saw it. Yeah.
Hey, we don't care about who over there. Hey, him and
Malik Monk
talking that ish, man. And I love it, man. I love these other young boys coming in the league bringing it, man. They're not afraid to just put their chest out, especially when you playing well. They're not just talking like Job. Take notes. They talking after the game, bro. After they beat somebody, then they talking their ish. You know, don't go out here, you know what I'm saying, asking for that drama. But I mean,
the thing I like with Swiper, he been dealing with this since college. Remember, it was all Lonzo. It was all ball, and everybody was, you know, Swipe was falling to the wayside, and he been having to prove himself since the beginning.
Out of the ashes, he's still around doing his thing, and yeah, man. You know, I've been preaching about that team all year, man. I'm gonna say it one more time. I am not a Sacramento Kings fan. Don't have no none of their gear. Don't watch none of their games except for when they playing teams I like. But I am a basketball guy that loves basketball, and those, man, they are playing wonderful, man. I got to take my hats off to them.
They fun to watch. I saw a bunch of their games this year.
Yeah, man. Number 4, I think it's going to be the LA Clippers, man. Man, LA just added the, one of my favorite players all time. I really think that he is going to come out there and do exactly what he is supposed to do, and that's be Washington Wizards Westbrook. Watch. Because you saw what he did in Washington. He made that team so much better by just playing ball, not trying to be a gun, not trying to score all the time. He just played ball and got everybody else in the game, played defense, and did what it took to help them win. And I think that's exactly what he's going to bring to that team. I think the other day, that game against Sacramento, when they put up all those points against them, I think that was crazy. I don't think that'll ever happen again. That was wild, though. But that's just too many points for anybody to be able to do constantly. But I think we're going to see, 120s, 130s, 140s. I think it is going to be high. I think they're going to be able to really, really go crazy on some teams. And I think he is really going to catapult them to I just think that, that top 3 above them is going to be top to crack because of how great those teams are already. But I really think that if that LA Clippers team can stay healthy, man, like, bro, the sky's the limit for that team right now. They really, really added a lot. They're playing well, and I'm excited to see. Like, I'm so ready for the playoffs, man. I can't wait, man. But that's my number 4. All right, number 5, gonna go ahead and be the Grizzlies. I think they are gonna get one of those guaranteed spots. They are as long as Job's on the floor, they are a team to be reckoned with. Hey, shout out to Job, man. One thing I will give him, yes, he has dunked on some people and done his thing, but the guys he's tried to dunk on that you shouldn't try, he's still trying. He still tries, bro.
I know you talk about that Embiid one.
Hey, bro, you don't try him. Not him. He not going. Not the big guy. Not Troel. You ain't finna be on Twitter talking about you dunked on me. Try. He was fouled that man first. No. Hey, bro, he timed it so sweet. Because he was shocked. Like, are you really getting ready to try this on me, bro? I'm not finna let you do me like that, bro.
I tell you what, though. JJJ got Embiid with one in that same game earlier.
Hey, put that boy in the coffin. But I mean, shout out to John, man. Like I said, I do love the point that he does try, bro. Like he will try anybody, man. And it's exciting to watch, bro. Any game they're in, it's always fun to watch. Between him, Brooks, and his antics, like, I can't lie, man. They box office right now. You want to see them play. You want to see what's going to happen. It is what it is with them, But they're my number 5. Number 6, I truly believe that the Warriors are not done. I think they're going to do what it takes to get out of that plan. I think they're going to get on up to the 6. I think that, the time that, had not happened, you see what I'm seeing. You're seeing the maturation of some of these younger players on that team. You're seeing Clay starting to be old school Clay. Actually, he's starting to be vintage Clay because Clay's starting to carry them and put up numbers, not just be out there, but be the reason why they're winning. Plus, they're playing defense, and they got one of the best coaches of all time. I think they're going to do what it takes to get up there because, hey, Steph is coming back. And I think when they get Steph back, they're going to really be another team that's flying. So I think they're going to squeeze up there to 6. After that,
wow.
hey, yeah. I'm out here. Come get me. Y'all got something to say? Get in the comments. Hey, hit us up, man. If y'all don't like what I'm saying, yes, sir.
Trolls,
like
trolls, activate.
Right now,
trolls activate now.
2 games out of the 6 spot. So if you're telling me that they can't make that, you're crazy. So my number 17. All right, now the Pelicans are there. I don't think they're going to fall out of that spot. I think that spot will go to the Dallas Mavericks. Yes, I want them to make it into the top. I think they do have a great team. I would love to see Kyrie not have to do what he's going to have to do, but they need time to get together. Like you said that about Phoenix. And I do believe they do need some time to gel, but I think that the Dallas Mavericks need more time to gel than Phoenix does. I think they do need to make sure what they have and how they're going to do it in crunch time, in game times. Anybody can win a blowout. Anybody can be blowed out. But in those games, when it comes down to that last shot and that final possession and those turnovers, what's going to happen then? And they're both proving that they can make those good plays and do well, but they've always had somebody else to help them. Now it's time for them both to make a decision. And we both know it's Luka's team. And I think that Kyrie understands that and he with that, but at the end of the day, are they really cool with that? They say what they say in front of our face, but how's it really going on? Is this what you really want? And so I am questioning that. I don't think they're going to dive or not play well, but I just need to make sure that they're ready for what's coming because it's going to be tough out west, man. Man, it's going to be a slugfest out west. Yes, we used to talk about the East. Nah, man, those top 4 teams out west, you don't want none of them.
Somebody getting upset.
Huh?
Somebody going to get upset out west.
Hey, it might be the Nuggets. That's the only team because I'm telling you, when it comes to them other guys, the Clippers, the Suns, I think the Kings, because it's their first year getting there. We've seen it happen before. That first year as a team that's finally breaking that barrier, that hasn't won in a long time. It's hard to really win playoff series. That's another monster. That's another hurdle to try to get over. And people don't understand that until you're actually watching the game or part of the game. That's something that's not easy to do. It's hard to get out of that first round. We've seen one goes down to 8. We've seen it happen, because of what we're talking about now, young teams, But yeah, man, I'm not giving up on the Mavs. I think they're going to be right there. I think it's going to be exciting to see if they can make it out of that play-in. But jumping into number 8, I truly think number 8 is going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. I like what I'm seeing out of them, even though they got rid of D'Angelo. I still think that without Russell, that they still can continue to play ball. And it's like as soon as they let him go, Ant raised his game bar. It's like they got rid of him and somebody at 2K was let's get that man some more offense. Let's give him some more threes. Let's give him a little more defense. I started watching the game. I said, yeah. Ant was like, he in the way. I just think Ant still does need some help to be a really, really great player and them to be a great team, but it's fun to watch. I mean, people talk a lot of stuff about that kid, but if you watch him play basketball, you will shut it up because he's a hooper. And I think they're going to make the playoffs. It's going to be fun to see them make it. And for them to make it because of him, not because of Cat, not because of D'Angelo Russell, not because of Gobert, but because of him. That's why they're playing well. That's why right now the Minnesota Timberwolves are 31-31. Because if he wasn't there, they would be in the lottery for sure, no doubt right now. But in a tough competitive West, they're playing some great basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to get in there. But moving down to my 9th and my 10th spot, hey, man, right now, man, I have to be honest. This is going to be tough because it's a lot of great teams at the bottom down there. It's a lot of tough teams at the bottom down there, but right now at the number 9 spot, I got to go with the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, sir, they are going to make it in. The Lakers are going to make it into the playoffs with the changes they've made, with the pickup they've made, with the rest that LeBron is getting, to be able to, watch them win, a couple of games ago by almost 40, and for him to not have nowhere near triple-double, nowhere near 20 points. AD had like 13. For them to be able to win and not have to give up anything when it comes to energy in the game. Oh man, that is a plus in the Los Angeles Lakers book when it comes to what's coming up forward. And I think that they're getting ready to go on one of those streaks, like I talked about the Chicago Bulls. I think the Lakers have a 5 to 7 game winning streak in them coming, and they're going to show everybody that they are going to be a problem in the playoffs. They are one of those teams you do not want to see because you got LeBron playing for something, AD playing for something, and now they got some ammunition. They got, some young guns, young cats ready to come out there and play well. Malik Beasley had a great game the other day. I mean, we are seeing something that we didn't expect to see from the Los Angeles Lakers. Y'all see me, I'm bursting with energy about it. It's great to see not only this year, but the future of the Los Angeles Lakers. It is nice. Rob Pelinka earned that, that extension, man. I gave him a lot of, hey, I talked a lot of crap about you, Marv. And right now, I apologize, man. You won my heart back over. I see why Kobe loves you. Hey, man, you the man, bro, for real. It's all love, Rob. But and enough of the Laker love fest. So number 10, that final spot is golden to me. I think it's been a great season for a lot of teams. We don't know if they are going to. We don't know what's up with my man Zion Williamson. I think if he does come back, I think they can take that final spot. I do want to see them there, but we don't know. We don't know what's up with him. It's constantly 1 minute he's coming back, next minute it's 2 weeks later, it's another week, it's another so we don't know what's up with him. I don't know what to call that. I think they're not the same team without him. But with him, they're in the playoffs. So right now I'm gonna knock them all the way out. I think the Thunder have had a great season. I think the Thunder have been playing really well. I think this was a chance for them to really showcase all of their young talent, show us what they can be. I think they're going to be right on the outside. And my last special shout out is going to be to the Portland Trailblazers, man. I think y'all going to get in there, man. Yeah, y'all right there in the mix. I think y'all got a chance. I think they're things are not going in the direction y'all want. I think it is a good team. They have a lot of great talent. They do have some great games, but they really don't show up when they need to. And they really don't show me that they're going to really be able to do what it takes to be a good team in the West when it comes to all the talent that's up there. And that last spot, man, I'm going to give that last spot to the Utah Jazz, man. Hey, I got to admit, man, I thought they were going to end up falling all the way out. They were supposed to be the team that tanked. They were supposed to be the team that was going for the, for Vic. And, when it comes to the Vic Wembanyama state sweepstakes, they were supposed to be the number one team pushing for them because they got, all these first round picks. And, man.
So you got the Jazz as your 10th seed, not Portland.
Yep.
Ooh.
The Jazz.
Portland out.
Portland out, man. Portland watching.
Okay.
Portland going fishing.
And you said the Pelicans out.
Pelicans out.
So that's the team that fell out. Okay.
Yep.
Not
Pelicans
mad at
fell out. Portland didn't make it. I'm going to keep the Jazz in there. And the Lakers are going to rise like the Phoenix.
You got Lakers as your 9. All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Dicey. Spicy. I like it, though. I ain't mad at all. Okay. So, for mine, I'm riding with the Nuggets. I think they hold on to the number 1 spot. At number 2, I also think it's enough games for them to gel and catch them in time. I think the Suns jump in at number 2 spot.
Told y'all he only right when he agreed with me.
Not on everything though.
I know.
Here comes the difference. I got the Grizzlies in the 3 spot.
Okay.
They only drop 1 spot to me. And then the Kings at 4. The Clippers at 5. I want to pull the Clippers up so much. I love everything they did. I'm with you. I think that team is a problem, and they're going to surprise some people in the playoffs. That team is deep, but I think it's so tight to move up in the West anymore. Yeah, so I got the Clippers stand put at 5. I got the Mavericks stand put at 6. I then I got the Timberwolves jumping to 7. I like Aaron Edwards, everything you said. And side note, I think the NBA missed the prime opportunity All-Star Weekend to promote the Ant-Man movie using the Ant-Man player who was in the All-Star game. Come on, Disney and NBA, y'all.
That would have been smart. Yeah, they dropped the ball.
What was that? 7. And I got the Warriors at 8. I'm with you on that Lakers climbing up to 9. And then at the 10 spot, right now, I'm sticking with the Jazz. But if Zion can come back before the Pelicans fall out, I'll give it to him.
Yeah. See what I say?
So the only thing we really differed on was how far Grizzlies fall.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I'm with you. I like it. So, ladies and gentlemen, comment below. Tell us what you think. What's your end of the season rankings going to be for both the East and the West? Or just let us know if you agree with us. Type J if you think mine is better. Type D if you think D Snows is better. All right, moving along. And we're not going to spend too much time on this because we spent the whole first half of the season doing it every week, and we're going to finish the season probably doing it every week. But we're going to just throw in here our MVP rankings. We're going to get back to those MVPs we love to talk about so much. So, D Snow, I'm going to go to you first, man. Hit me with your NBA rankings, man. Your MVP rankings, your top 5 list.
I'm number 5 on this week's MVP rankings. I am going to go with Donovan Mitchell. Not only has he been playing well, but Spider has been hooping. He had another almost 50 game recently. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the number 4 team in the East, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. So that shows you how well they've been playing. So shout out to Spider. He is playing well. Your shoes are ugly than a mug, but you are a hooper, bro. Straight up. No, but hey, that's my number 5. Number 4. And when it comes to the MVP rankings for me this year, right now, I have to go with Joel Embiid. Right now, Joel Embiid, not only has he is really up there, when it comes to the league leaders, when it comes to, scoring, per season right now, but his defense is tier 1. Like, when it comes to defense, and it comes to, who you want down there, if somebody's coming to the hole, I want Joel. I'm sorry. Forget Gobert. You can have him. Gobert's garbage. Give me Joel down there. Joel gonna get the job done, so he's my number 4. Number 3 on my MVP list right now. Right now at the number 3, I'm not gonna lie, man. I have to go with a guy that is not only hooping, but he's gonna always be up there when it comes to the top 3. I gotta go with Giannis. I think the injury is a problem, especially when we're talking wrist. He already can't shoot, y'all. So if you can't shoot and you hurt your wrist, that's just that's game over. Like we gotta get another shooter in there. So I think that is gonna hurt him. I mean, yes, when he puts his head down and goes to the cup, he's still gonna get you 40, no doubt. But shooting free throws, if people play the right defense and force him out, it is still hurting him a little bit that he can't. I've been seeing a lot more air balls out of him than I was seeing in the beginning of the season. My top 2. Right now, for number 2, I got to go with a guy that I did go with number 1. I think the last time we did this, we go with Jokic. His team is number 1 in the West. He's averaging a triple-double as a center. He is not only playing great basketball, but he's doing what it takes to win. That's what you want from your star player, from the MVP of the league. You want a guy that does what it takes to win. If I need rebounds, if I need assists, if I need to, score, whatever it takes, that's what I'm going to do so we can win. Plus, he got his game back. So they're really playing well. I like when you made that statement earlier. He got his game. And I mean, they're gelling and that's what we talk about. Like, even if guys have been hurt, those guys have been together for a couple of years. So they actually are a family, and that matters in the NBA, you know. So he is my number 2, man. Shout out to that man. He's balling. I don't think the NBA is gonna give him a third one in a row because these other guys, it's a lot of competition up there. Right now, I did not say one of my favorite players in the NBA right now. I got to give him a special shout out. I do love me some Luka Doncic. Right now, his team is, number 6. He's been hurt a lot over the last 10 games. He hasn't been doing, he's still, really up there high when it comes to average for the season and stuff like that. He is doing a lot, but until Kyrie got there, I mean, they were playing 500 ball or less. And I think some of the changes is really helping him to be a better teammate and for them being a better team because of it. I think that is starting to hurt him. Like, we used to try this other thing, hurt the other guy, but I mean, at this point, like I said, I love Luka. I got to give him a special shout out, but to get to the, the number 1, MVP in my rankings as of right now, I got to go with Jason. Got to go with Jason Tatum. Got to. The MVP of the All-Star game put up 55. All-Star game high. And right now, man, yes, he does have Jaylen Brown, but I think if you took him away from that team, they're not the same team. Jaylen is a hooper, no doubt. He can do his thing, but he is not Jason Tatum. Not only does Jason Tatum command double and triple teams, he continues to shoot the ball through those double and triple teams. He still gives you 30, 8, and 7, 6 and 7 every game. When you are trying to stop him. And that's the thing I'm looking at. Like, you don't see all the double and triples coming at Jaylen Brown, or at I forgot the other guy's name. But a few of those guys that they got out there, I don't see the doubles coming at them. It's Jason is not only the driving factor behind that team, but like I just mentioned a few minutes ago doing this pod, I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks have won 13 games in a row, and the Boston Celtics are still the number 1 team in the East. That tells you a lot about how great that team has been. And they've dealt with injuries all over that team, including their defensive player of the year point guard, So, man, hats off to that man. He deserves the MVP this year. I think he's really worked hard. And I think he's going to go ahead and I think that All-Star game is capping off what he's going to show us to finish off the rest of the season. I think he's going to go ahead and finally lift one up. He's going to give a lot of love to Kobe on that night, too.
Yeah. I like it. Jason Tatum's having a spectacular season. I got no complaints with that list. Everybody deserves to be on there. All right, so go with mine, and I'm going to start off with my number 5. And for this guy, the numbers he's putting up and the skills he's got, he could easily be number 1 on this list, but because of positioning and, like you said, some injuries, missed games, I'm going to go with Luka at the number 5 spot. Number 4. This gets tough. This is a tough list this year. This hit hard. But number 4, I'm going to have to go with Troel Embiid. In any other year, he'd probably be 1 or 2. Again, this is tough. He's having a great year. He might be, I think it's between him and JJJ for defensive player of the year. But right now, Embiid is number 4 in my MVP rankings. Number 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Is somebody that every year can be number 1. The numbers he puts up are so ridiculous that they're at this point starting to seem pedestrian to us. We see him so often. We getting so used to him. But he's having a great season. A half game out of first, 13-game winning streak. He deserves it. But I think these next 2 guys are doing just a little bit more for 2 teams that's in a little bit better position. Number two, I'm going with the Joker. Like you, I think third time they're going to be reluctant to give it to him. You could give it to him, and nobody will rightfully be able to take it away. The numbers he's putting up is ridiculous. If he ends the season with a triple-double average, and that's That's crazy. It's what three people have done that ever in the history of the game.
Larry Bird was the last one, and they didn't do it for. If they didn't do it for Mike, and they didn't do it for do it for LeBron, I don't think they can do it for him.
The last 3-time winner. But yeah, not the average, the triple double. Make sure.
Yeah. No, I think Larry Bird was the last 3-time winner.
Yes, okay. Yes, absolutely, he was. Number, what did I say? That was number 2 was Jokic, and number 1, my MVP. I'm right there with you, Jason Tatum, best player on the best team. He's having a spectacular year. If there's anybody that could break up the 3-time monotony of Jokic, would be Jason Tatum. Yeah. They've been the number 1 seed this entire season, and if they finish the season at number 1, that's an incredible feat. Number 1 in the NBA for the whole year. You got to give respect to the guy that's leading that charge. 30 points a game. He's playing defense. He's coming to his own as a superstar. So, yeah, I'm with you. Jason Tatum is my MVP. So, ladies and gentlemen, get down in them comments. Who's your MVP? I'm real curious to see some of them rankings. I'll be quick to bash on ours, but let me see what you got. Let's see if I can come and bash yours. Let's see what you got. I'm up for the challenge. So, moving on. Before we get out of here, liven it up a little bit, although this show has already been live. But ESPN had a fun little interview this week where they had some of the young all-stars, some of the future faces of the NBA. And I'm talking, they had Ja Morant, Luka Doncic, Spider Mitchell, and Jason Tatum. And one of the questions that they were asked is, who is the best player in the league right now? And I was shocked that not one of them said me. For one. But they pretty much all collectively said Giannis. So, my question to you, Snow, is 1, do you agree that Giannis is the best player in the league? And 2, who is the face of the NBA going forward after LeBron, and why?
One, it's hard to not disagree that Giannis is one of the best players in the world, that he's the best player in the world. I mean, he can't shoot, bro. It's hard for me to give that. I mean, as much as he's a bully, man. He does what he wants. He is a walking 37, 11, and 5. No doubt. Probably a block and a half. He's going to give you energy. He's going to do it all. So it's hard to not say he's not one of the best players in the world. But right now, I mean, the best player in the world is Jason Tatum. Even though Jason don't want to admit it, he's the best player in the world. I mean, when it comes to what he can do as a player, his talent is really, really, really up there. I think people don't really look at his height as well. It's a lot of other great players out there. I could go down a list of great players. It's a lot of great talent in the league right now. I could give that same title to Zion or to AD, but because of injuries, I can't say that they're the best players, because I believe that Zion, without injuries, is the best dude. I'm sorry. Without a jump shot, that kid is phenomenal. And he's box office. He's what you want to see when it comes to NBA. Oh, I ain't never been to a game. Oh, let's go watch Zion play. Oh, you leaving a fan. And that's the thing that NBA does for you. But I really feel like Giannis does bring that to the table. You are going to see a couple of dunks if he's out there. You're going to see some things that you want to see if he's out there. And I think that's getting your flowers while you're here, man. I think that's total respect for when they play against him, what he does to them. Because we've seen that even when it comes to when they pick the all-star teams and the all first, second team. We always see that when it comes to what we like and what the players and the coaches like. We see that because this is their plan against these guys. So they have their different feelings about certain people. And if they feel like that, man, I salute it. I'm not gonna knock it. I think Giannis is one of the top 3 players in the league right now. And yeah, if that's how they feel, yeah. But now when it comes to the future of the league, I don't know who the NBA really has their finger on. I think that the NBA would absolutely love the LeBron and Bronny show somewhere. I think that is what they are banking on right now. And you started smiling because that's going to be magical. That's going to be
a funny hot take, but I don't think nobody expected him to be the face yet.
Hey, bro, it's not him, not Bronny being the face. I'm saying the package of LeBron playing with Bronny. I think that's going to be the face of what we're now. When it comes to the players,
yeah, that's funny. That's cool. But I did say after LeBron, he's out of the game.
So after LeBron's out of the game, the person who I really think is the face of the league right now, barring injury, right now is Zion Williamson. I'm sorry, I really think that he can be not only a great player in this league, but he can actually make some things happen. Like we saw how great that Pelicans team was before he went down with injury. We saw, I mean, they were top in the East. I mean, in the West. You know, one of the years where the West is, a place where you don't want to be at the top. But they were playing well and beating some really good teams all the time, and it was him. I mean, they were playing well behind him. Yes, they got CJ. They got B.I. I'm a very big Brandon Ingram fan. He's been playing well this season when he's not hurt, but they've dealt with a lot of injuries, Man, I really think that kid has a chance to be something special. I know a lot of people don't believe that. They think he's not going to make it because of injuries. But if he doesn't have injuries, I mean, I think that honestly, it's Ja's world, bro. That's why I think it's messed up that he started getting in all this trouble recently. Like Ja,
that's not no real trouble.
Yeah, and it's not, because you see it's kind of been swept under the rug, and you're not hearing a lot about it no more. And you notice how those two guys came in the league together. And I think that not only has Ja cemented himself in the league as a superstar, but he took this opportunity when Zion hasn't been around to use it as a catapult. And we've seen Ja, like, I mean, really, really not only go from being a guy that wasn't even recruited, went to a school that you don't even know about, to get drafted, and now all of a sudden he got his own shoe. You don't get your own shoe that fast, bro. People don't know that. Go play the old 2K. Remember? Hey, boy, when you got that shoe, you was like, woo, I got my first shoe.
You ready to retire.
Shout out to my play on 2K. If you got that shoe, boy, you worked hard when they finally offered you that shoe deal. And that's like that in the league, man. Like, when you get your own shoe. Look, Jason Tatum just got his own shoe. He just got it. So think about that for a second. You know what I'm saying?
And Luka.
Man, they just got their shoes. But, man, Ja got his. He just coming off his rookie contract, he got that boy. So that shows you, like not only what he can be for this league, but what he's, man. Ja's box office. You know what I'm saying? He's an electric, type of interview as well. You want to hear what he has to say. I mean, I've watched interviews of him at Icebox. Like, Ja's out here doing his thing. I've watched videos with him and his dad at the house. I mean, he has a nice vibe and a nice situation. He got his family around. I think as long as Ja, continues to stay out of the limelight when it comes to drama, I think this is a chance for him to really, really be at the top of this league, man. Like, kind of like Derrick Rose did. Seriously, like, Ja really has the game and the face and the mouthpiece to be what the league wants, but you can't get in no trouble. You know how that goes with the league. You gotta watch the drama. But like you just said, that could have been just smoke screen to people see what we see, what I'm seeing rather. That Ja has a chance to really be one of the faces of this league.
All right, so you done? I want to make sure I give you ample time to get it all out.
Hey, man, do your thing, man. Good? I like ranting and feeling like I know something,
Okay. Well, I kind of got a shit on it a little bit. It was fun clickbait that you just dropped out those names. But here's the deal. The best player in the league right now is Giannis. I know the potential of the guys you mentioned are amazing, but Giannis already has the MVP. He already has a finals MVP. He has a ring. He has defensive player of the year. And he's already the most unstoppable player in the league. I feel you, he can't shoot, but he still can't be stopped. He puts up the same numbers as the best
I remember,
shooters.
the Celtics stopped him last year, and this year, Jason Tatum really owns him when they played tough. He doesn't stop that man.
Again.
Jason Tatum
Finals
is the number one player
MVP
in the league right now.
A Finals MVP.
No doubt.
A season MVP. Defensive player of the year. A ring. You can't claim the best player in the world until your resume is close enough.
Hey, Jason here. It's his time. He here.
Jason got none of those things I mentioned.
He just got his shoe. He finna get his MVP. Then he's finna. I can't say he's gonna get his ring because man, it's
he finna ain't right now. Finna ain't right now. The best player in the league right now. You got to have a resume. I'm sorry. Potential.
Hey.
Now, those names that you mentioned works for the second half of the question. Is the net is the face going forward? No, I respect those answers for that part of the question. That makes sense. Zion, Ja, they could be the faces after LeBron. I'm with that. But right now, today, resume. There's guys I like. I like Tatum more than I like Giannis. I like Ja. I like Zion. But ain't none of them done what he's done. I didn't give LeBron the best player in the league till he put together a resume. And I'm sure most people felt the same way. Now, going forward, future face of the league, part of me wants to say Luka skill set. He's probably right there behind LeBron next in line. I just question how often he plays. He missed so many games.
I question his work ethic. His body don't. He got a little chubby body.
Yeah, will he be able to last? So I'm inclined to say Jason Tatum. I'm with you as far as like we both believe the sky's the limit for him. And I think it's more than just to be the face of the league is more than just your stats. You got to put together the record. You got to put together. You got to have the resume, but you also have to be personable. The face of the league got to sell the league. Jason Tatum is a good talker. He's really personable. He got his kid in all his interviews. That's what you look for the face. He stays out of trouble. His mom manages his money. I think Jason Tatum is the future of the league. And my next topic / question, the way I kind of phrase it, we kind of cracked on it a little bit, but I'm still going to put it out there because you don't have Giannis as your best player in the league. But the question was going to be which young star has the best chance to catch and surpass Giannis.
That's going to be tough.
I think Jason Tatum can get there. Luka can get there. But how well can he take care of his body? Can he stay healthy? Those are big ifs. Same thing with Joker. If the Joker wins a ring or two, it don't look pretty, but it's hard to deny.
You ain't lying.
It's hard to name him the face of the NBA. Because again, you got to sell a product.
Joker is the Steve Nash 2.0 because he's not a downgraded.
I like that.
He's the 2.0 of Steve Nash of this generation, especially if he don't get rings.
Or he's if Arvydas Sabonis played in his heyday because people that don't realize he came in the league when he was older, but he was that.
Yeah,
he was that.
That's what we see his son.
And you can say his son. Yep, his son got it.
Yeah.
So it could be the Joker, but full package, I'm gonna say Jason Tatum. But right now, I think Giannis is the best player in the league, and I think after LeBron, right now, it's hard to say what Tatum will have done by the time LeBron is gone. So I'm gonna have to say that Giannis is the face of the league post LeBron for now.
I can go with that because of the resume. I respect that. Because I thought you were just talking about like off pure hooping skills, not off resumes and stuff like that.
That's why I kind of tried to.
Yeah, you tried to trap me.
Tried to phrase it.
Yeah, you tried to make me
look trap
bad,
you. I tried.
Okay.
That's why. That's why I asked it two different ways.
No, man,
who's the best player now?
I can't always
and
do
who
that, man. So you
is
got
the face
me that time,
afterwards.
man. You got me looking bad. You won, bro.
I take it. I take that. No problem. I need some sound effects. I need some kids. There we go. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here all week, but
winner chicken dinner. My man Giannis,
ladies and gentlemen,
chicken dinner.
It was still a classic moment after he's dropped that 50 in the finals. He goes to Chick-fil-A the next morning and say, "I want a 50-piece chicken nugget." After you close out the finals with a 50-piece. I mean, that's classic. I'm a Bulls fan, and it's hard for me to show this much love to a Milwaukee Buck, but
that'll be fair. No, he going down in the books, man. Got it out the mud, man. The king got it out the mud. The king.
Yeah, no doubt. So, ladies and gentlemen, hit us in them comments. I want to know what you guys think. Who y'all see as the face of the league going forward, and who's the best player right now today as we speak? You got anything else you want to add on that, Snow, before we get on up out of here?
Hey, go Lakers, go. Go Bulls, go. I need y'all to do y'all job. Let's go. Yep, I just put my teams. I put my teams on the burner. Let's go, guys. I'll
take that. Homers unite. I'm with it. I think that's a good note to go ahead and skedaddle on up out of here.
Yes, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and hop in those comments. Tell us what you think. Tell us who your top players are. Tell us your MVPs. Tell us who's going to make the playoffs. Tell us something. Just say hi. I appreciate that.
Like, share, and subscribe, man. On my hoops, man. Y'all know what it is.
Yes, sir. Once again, I'm John J.
As always. Go, man. You feel me?
Yes, sir. And from us here, ladies and gentlemen, at the On My Hoops podcast. Yes, sir. We love you.
See y'all next week, man.
Mm-hmm. Like he said, see you next week. We out. Peace.